So I was at McDonald's the other day. Do you like McDonald's?
No.
Well, I love McDonald's. And I was at McDonald's the other day, and I got my free fries using the convoluted app that they make you use to get stuff. You can get free fries if you buy a drink. And I got the fries, and they were like uncooked. Right? And my kids said in the back, they were like, they didn't wait for the timer. Because at McDonald's, if you're ever in McDonald's, you hear this beeping sound nonstop because they never turn the timer off.
The kids knew right away.
They did. They're like, they didn't wait for the timer. And I thought about when they said that, I was like, even the kids know that you should follow the system. Someone has figured it out. Someone has already put all the thought into it.
That's right.
Follow the system.
That's right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
And that's like that's our next point. This is part 2. And our next point is to always follow the systems. And you have to teach your employees to always follow the systems. Stop thinking about how to do something that's been done a million times and just do it that way.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
It'll be fine.
No, it will not. You cannot add water to epoxy and get it go twice as far. It's not going to work.
We're not going to add xylene to it to stretch it. We're not going to skip over 400 grit and go straight to 800.
No.
We're not going to hope that
they don't like the floor. Why not? Well, you skip 3 grits.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it'd work.
I thought it would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Stick to the
Remember
system.
Harley Davidson? We went there and we were done with Harley Davidson in Danville, and we go back on the day to put guard down, and it's got swirls all over it because all they had to do was run 800s on it.
Yeah.
And like somebody skipped something. So this podcast is sponsored by DeWalt. We've been doing this year. We're just going to give out our favorite DeWalt tool at that moment in time. What is yours right now?
Can I not use that one again?
You can't use the toolbox again.
Today, it was the cordless variable speed hand grinder that we were able to pull off real quick on a job.
Cordless. Are you
Cordless.
polishing with it?
No, just grinding.
Just for, grinding to prep.
But important in early stages of grinding, you need to have variable speed because typically when you polish and you start in your lower grits, you need to have the machine and the hand grinder needs to be slower.
Yeah.
Typically. And then as you move up in grits, you progressively move up your speed.
Yeah. Cool. Well, my favorite DeWalt tool, this is different. We usually say the HEPA-Vac, but I'm going to not do that again because that is DeWalt's best tool that they make is the HEPA-Vac with the plug on it.
It is.
But instead of saying the same thing over and over and over, I'm going to go with the battery-powered air compressor. Do you have that?
You've been hiding that from me?
Have you seen that before?
No.
It is the only air compressor I've ever seen where you can dial in how many pounds of pressure you want. You spin this dial and it counts up, so like to 20 psi.
Dang.
And then it has a play button like an old CD player. And you hit play.
Like a CD player.
You hit play and it starts pumping the tires, and you can walk away from it and not pay any attention to it. And when you come back, it has shut off at 20 or whatever you want it to be, and you take it and put it away and you're done. It's brilliant. Have you ever seen one that did that?
No.
It's brilliant.
The Sheetz parking lot does it.
Sheetz parking lot does it. It's like having the Sheetz parking lot compressor. The only difference is that the ones at Sheetz never work. So you have one that works with you all the time. Hey, I'm Tim C.
Hey, I'm Landon Blank.
You're listening to Hacking Concrete.
What else do you say all the time? Yeah. There are engineers and scientists that have figured this out.
Yes.
And this is what we need to do.
We are lowly laborers. Just do what the instructions say.
Yeah, which goes back to like what we saw at West Coast.
Yeah.
They're problem solving for us.
They
Just
are.
follow the instructions.
Landon and I went to San Diego and spent a day with Westcoat and looked through their factory, and they have chemists. They have like 4 or 5 chemists up there that are making batches of product and like self-leveling overlay. They'll pour it out and see how far it flows so they'll know how far it will flow. Then they're cutting a line in it every 5 minutes to see how long it takes for it to heal up.
Yeah.
Like all the data and science is done.
Mm-hmm. Just do this. Just like this.
Just do what they say. And that also applies for like, for more than anything, it applies for like your lead process from getting a customer to come in. Like if you don't have a system for your leads that come in, then they fall through the cracks and you're not following up like you should, or you're not getting bids to people like you should. All that stuff, it needs to be systematized, and you do the same thing over and over and over.
Right. That's right.
You shouldn't come to work and like wonder what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You come to work and do what you're supposed to do.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And then number 8 is I hate this one. This is my most disliked one.
Oh, but it's good though.
Which is you always have to take the bull by the horns.
Grab that sucker and ride with it.
Yeah.
And you know
What
what?
do we mean by that?
All right. I struggled with this in the beginning.
Yeah.
Big time.
I did too.
Address problems right away. Address issues right away. Inform customers right away what could potentially happen.
Yeah. How many times have you heard from me on a job and I'm like, hey, this job had this huge roller mark right in the middle of it. The homeowner didn't say anything. I left him a bill and we'll see.
Right.
Like, that is so stupid. And then I like worry about it for a week. When all I had to do was say, hey, there's a roller mark there. You're going to see it eventually. Do you want me to fix it? Do you have another week for me to fix it? Or you just want to not worry about it because you're going to put carpets there anyways and we all move on?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's going to come up anyways. So there's no reason to not pull by the horns and deal with it.
And it's tough in our profession because there's so many things that could go wrong on our jobs.
Yeah.
I told a customer the other day, I said, look, Tim and I say this all the time. You can find something wrong with everything we do.
Yeah. Which is number 9.
Yeah.
Which is
No, hold on. We need to go back.
Okay.
That's also with collecting money.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do not let it idle. We are sitting, before we started this podcast, we were sitting here, man, so-and-so owes us this, they owes us this, and blah, blah. Why haven't we addressed this earlier? And now it's 90 days.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still struggle with it.
I do. I know. I don't want to ask for money because when I ask for money, I'm asking for their approval. And for some reason, I will let them not pay for a long time because I'm too worried to ask them for money because I'm worried about dealing with a complaint. Where again, if I would just do it, it would be over and I would know where I stand.
Yes.
It's annoying not knowing where you stand. And other people may not be like this. But everybody, I know a lot of other people like us and we all feel the same way. Like everybody's like that.
Yeah.
We're just like, I hope they don't notice that. I hope they let that go.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of just addressing it, because man, we carry burdens we don't need to carry
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
I'll wake up in the middle of the night thinking like, what am I doing? I just need to get it over with, call the guy, do what we need to do, take the bull by the horns.
Yeah. And I was talking to Andy about this too, and how everything in our business is done, particularly on your side, is done just purely by brute force. Like of us just putting stuff into action and pushing through and getting jobs done. And that same thing needs to apply to all the other aspects of the business, like dealing with problems and dealing with getting paid too. Like brute force everywhere.
And so number 9, all jobs aren't going to be perfect.
I had a guy in my course message me and he was like, I forget how he worded it, but he was just like, he just did a garage floor. And he's like, I can just see some stuff in it. And he's like, they're going to be unhappy. I know they're going to be unhappy. I was like, well, can you send me pictures? And he sent me pictures and it was fine. He's just being like super picky.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've ever done one where I couldn't find a problem in it. Have we?
I mean, it's a few, but it's just with what we do. I mean, oh, look at the edging. That's not exactly right. Look at this. Look at that.
Somehow Ballast Point came out perfect.
Yeah, sometimes I felt like we should have laid down carpet.
Do you remember Ballast Point, all that trash blew on it from the tornado that came through on the day we sealed it?
Yeah.
It was covered in dirt. And somehow it still came out perfect.
Yes.
Something that shouldn't have. But then other ones where we were like super cautious and paranoid and something out of our control keeps it from being perfect.
It just is. We're just, again, we make floors on site.
Yeah.
We do not pick them up and install them.
Yeah, that's something you need to tell your customers up front. You need to tell them that the exact words. We are creating this product on site, and touch-ups are often worse than the original problem.
That's very true.
So
That's a huge tip.
yeah, I mean, there's likely going to be imperfections. We cannot fix every single imperfection. So like, what is it going to be? Like, can you handle the floor being 99% perfect? Or because if you can't, we probably need to not work together.
Yes.
Because if we can never get it there, it's never going to be perfect.
And I understand why you would think it should be.
Yeah. Well, to the homeowner, they're like, they see a shiny floor. I say that thing all the time. I was like, we're going to get it 99% perfect. But that 1% really, really stands out. And there are certain homeowners who cannot handle that. And they should be avoided.
They should. That's right.
Which is
Which could be another point.
yeah, that's number 11 here in a minute.
Oh, we do have that. Good. Good.
We should just go to that one and we'll swap 10 and 11.
Okay.
Which is say no often, because customers are not always compatible with us.
I agree 100%. And also, gosh, I know immediately when we deal with an engineer. We have a lot of engineers that live in our town.
We do.
And we do a lot of work for engineers, and they are
They are the toughest to work for.
They are the toughest.
With the exception of one on that stamped concrete job I did last year, the wood plank stamp job. That guy was an engineer, and he's like the best customer I've ever had.
Yeah.
He's the outlier. The majority of engineers are tough.
And also maybe we're looking at that. Yeah, they are the majority. So it's just a personality thing, but also if someone is being a jerk right off the bat, don't do it.
No, definitely say
Don't
no
do
to
it.
that.
Because it is not going to get any better.
No.
You know?
If they're not like trying to impress you during like the wooing stage of the relationship, like it's only going to get worse when things go bad.
Just learn from it. The money will come somewhere else. Don't stress about it. If you're getting a bad vibe in your gut, don't do it. Because, and then those same people that, how many times have we said no to people and they call back and they'd be like, what went wrong?
Yeah.
You know, why can't you do this? You know?
Yeah.
Well, because you're an absolute.
Yes. There was one in Charlottesville where it was a really expensive, nice house and they wanted polished concrete overlays in their kitchen. Do you remember this job?
I do.
In the middle of the winter, and I didn't want to do it because I told you that they just weren't very nice. They weren't very pleasant. And they talked to me, their builder talked me into doing it. And he was like, I'll insulate you from them. I'll take care of you. And then we went and did it. And it was a house that didn't have electricity. And this is why you should say no often. I should have said no when they didn't have electricity. And it was in the winter and I didn't think about it. I just thought inside a house should be fine. We poured the self-leveling overlay. It froze and it never set up in part of it. So as soon as that happened, it was the relationship that I didn't like already got worse. They were like angry with me, and it was like this really tense thing because they're trying to get moved in, and we actually, that was the first time I remember just being harsh and saying no to somebody. It was at that point, which was I scraped the stuff off the floor and I said, I can't do this for you because
And you probably felt amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I felt anxious every time I drove through that neighborhood, worried I was going to see them because I don't want to have to deal with it.
Yeah,
because I felt like they probably hated me after that. It's just one of those things where like it got ruined. I wasn't going to get paid for what I did, and I was just done. So we scraped it up, took them back to wherever they were before we started, and was like, all right, you're going to have to get somebody else. That was a good feeling, though. Then number 11 is charge enough to do the job twice. You think that's a reasonable thing to say?
Well, I'm not sure about twice, but at least possibly a third to cover materials and labor if something does go bad.
I guess that's what I mean by that. Charge enough to where you can do it twice and not lose, or come close to not losing. Our industry, you just, for some reason, stuff happens and you lose a job every once in a while.
You do. And also, when you're starting out in business, you don't realize your value. Gosh, you're still telling me to this day I need to charge more.
Yeah, that should be a point on here too, actually.
11. We offer a value that not a lot of people do. And it needs to be never the lowest price.
Yeah.
Never this thing of a race to the bottom, because it does nothing but hurt you in the future, and it hurts others, hurts all of us.
We were at Westcoat talking about their pricing, and they kind of had the same philosophy. I forget how he phrased it to us, but I remember sitting there in that meeting and I was like, oh yeah, he's right.
What did he say? He was essentially selling value as opposed to price.
Yeah, that's right. He gave us this whole thing about how they build the brand this way, and the research is behind the products and the qualities behind the products. Their people are awesome. They put all this stuff into it, so they're not going to chase down to go the lower price of like this other guy who's buying stuff from Korea and sticking a sticker on it and calling it his stuff that he manufactured. Yeah, I appreciated that the way he was just very he wasn't blunt, but he was just very forthright about how that's their business model, and I feel like we should be that way too.
Sure. Yes.
Especially after you've been in business for a while and you have like super high value, like you are the only one that can do a lot of the stuff that you do. It should be charged that way.
It should be. And remember, you really don't want to start a business to have a job.
Yeah.
Which we've done that before too.
We did that for about 15 years.
Yeah. So don't do this to have a job. Because then all of a sudden, instead of one boss, you've got hundreds.
Yeah. A new boss every 2 days.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So
that's funny. Then also going along with that, number 12 is that you always need to have a contract.
Always.
We have done jobs without contracts, and we've done them with them, and I know the contract has saved me a bunch of times, especially when it comes to like going to court, when those things happen. 25 years in business, and we've been in court 3 times. Is that all? I think 3.
I think 3. 90% of people are good.
Probably higher than that.
Yes, probably 95. There's 5% that are looking to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
And you need a hedge around you.
Yep.
And you need to they need to be, I mean, we do it a little different when when they're agreeing to terms, they have the option of viewing all the terms they're agreeing to. You could have it in a paper form, but what would you think the best way to do that?
I mean, I like to do it online where they just click approve on the thing and it says by clicking approve, you agree to our terms. And here they are. I mean, that's the best way to do it.
And they can read the terms right there. It's not really hidden.
It's not, it's plain as day. It's impossible to miss. So we've been in court 3 times. The first time we did not really have a contract, and it was a stained concrete floor that didn't hold up because we did stained concrete. This was our inexperience was the problem here. We did stained concrete where we shouldn't have in a dog kennel. And I didn't know at the time. They act like, the manufacturers act like it's like the best thing in the world. When you're new, every product.
There we go. Back to the rep story.
When you're new, every product is the best thing in the world. It can do anything. I put it in a dog kennel. It didn't hold up. And it went to court and we lost. Probably should have lost since we did something we, shouldn't have done. But the other 2 times, one of them was just a payment issue. And that immediately we won. I didn't even have to talk hardly. He said, you win, and gave us the money.
Yep.
And then the other one was, it was something where a customer was being I thought he was being picky about a trowel concrete overlay. They look like Venetian plaster anyways. They look rustic anyways. He didn't like the way that the degree of how rustic it was in a spot. Just super picky and was not going to pay any of it. And we went to court and we won all of that too. And it's because of our contracts.
Well, the judge actually said, he was like, well, the contract is saying here right now that this is this and this is covered. You agreed, you signed the contract.
Yeah. That's what he said. We sat in there for like 2 hours listening to this guy talk, bringing people in. And the judge was finally like, you lose.
And his lawyer was like, well, yeah, but you can't assume that he knew what he was signing. And the judge was like, what do you mean? It says right here.
Basically says that we're creating the floor on site and it's going to have variation. And it is what it is. And that saved us thousands of dollars by having that.
Yes.
But the best line in our contract, and this is the one that really eases my mind, which is, I don't have it written down exactly how it's worded, but we have a line in there that says the maximum amount of refund that you can get is your money back. Because in my first lawsuit, they tried to get me to pay for somebody else to do something entirely different, ceramic tile or something. And they kind of acted like I was going to pay that. And my lawyer even said that he was surprised that I didn't have to pay that.
Goodness gracious.
And I think that the only reason the judge didn't give them that was because he said that nobody saw it but this one contractor that did the work. So he didn't feel like it was fair because somebody else may have said that it wasn't that bad. It could have been repaired. So anyways, whatever the case, that's the one that like keeps you out of trouble. Just a line in your contract that says, you're not going to lose any more than just giving their money back.
Yep.
I think that's huge.
Yep. Huge.
What time is it?
Big. We got time. Number 13, weed out tire kickers. Make it slightly difficult to get a quote. Make them send you photos, square footage, etc. Because once you start getting busy, your time is going to get thinner and thinner and thinner. And it is important that you are able to do family. You're able to do other things other than this business. So weed them out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, let them work for the quote a little bit too. I mean,
what we're doing when we say weed them out, we are creating better leads. So like, if you're brand new, then maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you should go on every estimate and meet every customer and try to sell them.
You should.
I mean, you probably should. But once you get going and you have a few jobs, you cannot possibly do that. So what you want to do is you want to create better lead quality. And the way to do that is to put hurdles up for your potential leads to jump over. And the higher of a hurdle they jump, the hotter of a lead they are. So the easiest way to qualify people is just to make them send pictures and square footage. Because that way you can see at the outset that like, I would never want this job, so I'm not going to waste my time going out there.
Yes.
Because we've been on a lot of those.
A lot of those.
Too many of those.
And then all of a sudden, 2 hours is gone.
Especially you being as personal as you are, you go out and you see somebody's a Yankees fan. You're out there talking for 2 hours, 2 hours about the Yankees, and you're like, "Oh, we don't do carpet."
Which leads us out to when you do get the right square footage.
Yeah.
Always double check on that. Make them send you plans, or go back out there, get it right, because you do not want to
run out of product
on
the job site. It just happens so many times to us.
All the time. Yeah.
I had a customer, I had a person in my courses text me last night at 10 o'clock at night, said he ran out of polyaspartic with 100 feet to go. He's like, what do I do? I was like, well, it sounds like the job's a redo. And he's like, what do you mean a redo? I'm like, well, you can't patch a seamless floor. You can't start and stop and do it a day later. You're going to have a seam.
Right.
So because he ran out of product, he had to he's going to have to redo the whole job. Like, I don't think it can be done. Do you?
No. And it's a fine line too, because you're trying to save all the money you can, but you cannot let that happen, because all of a sudden it costs you so much more.
Yeah. Do you remember the train station job that you and I did? The trout overlay? We ran out of sand. We did epoxy and threw sand in it, and the sand was creating a rough surface for our overlay to stick to. And we ran out of sand and went and got it from somewhere else and got a different type of sand.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yep. And it was a completely different color.
Yes. And it made the overlay a different color for some reason. I think because it went on thicker. So we had this job that was like 1/3 one color and 2/3 the other color. And somehow that worked out. I don't remember how, but it worked out.
I don't either.
But it shouldn't have. And that's the same thing when you're pouring concrete. If you run out, it ruins the whole job. Like that's happened a bunch.
Imagine you're stamping a pad and you have 3 square feet. Now sometimes we go overboard and we have a problem of ordering too much, and then all of a sudden we got a warehouse full of
We have too many flakes.
extra materials that
Eli's ordering too many flakes all the time.
we have all this material that just sits there and then it goes out of whack. But it's better.
Yeah.
Get a couple more gallons than we need.
Yes, definitely.
And then finally, what is going to be your business's direction? And this is so important, because if your work is good and it is successful, it will add to more work. And the problem is, before you know it, you can be in a line of work that you don't even want to. You could be doing stamped overlays because someone saw it and now everybody wants stamped overlays. Well, you don't even like stamped overlays.
Yeah.
Or like,
Are you describing me?
No, I'm really describing the polishing, because remember, we started off, our first job was commercial, and it's never changed.
No, unfortunately it hasn't.
Never changed.
People love commercial work, but it's very hard.
Very tough. Very tough. Tough to get paid. Tough to have insurance with millions of umbrellas and all this. But anyway, know your direction, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You have been very intentional about garage floors lately,
Yeah, the past 5 years or so.
and you've stayed right on it.
Well, just coatings in general, not necessarily garages, but yeah.
True. Whereas I just like selling.
Yeah. You can sell anything.
We can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. And that's basically another way of saying niche down. You need to find you want to have the smallest business that you can, not smallest business. You want to offer the fewest amount of products that you can, and stay busy
And be able to have a replicable system.
Yeah. So we're in a small town, so we do a little bit more than I would like to do. We do concrete overlays, and we do coatings and polished concrete, and occasionally stamped concrete. I would like to kind of whittle that down, cut out some of the harder polishing, cut out the stamped concrete, and maybe cut out some of the harder overlays to where we're doing just coatings and some overlays. It's hard to do that, though. You have to do as much as you can do to stay busy.
People got to eat.
Yeah.